Well, hi, welcome to Personal Bankruptcy Canada, a place where we discuss financial solutions for Canadians. I'm Wayne Kelly, and today I'm joined by Ian Penny, a trustee in bankruptcy with Janes-Noseworthy in Newfoundland and Labrador. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Wayne. Thrilled to be here with you.
We're going to talk about credit card debt for Canadians. We're seeing some all-time highs in 2013 that are quite staggering, I would imagine, to the bankruptcy world and to even just bankers. The amount of debt we as Canadians carry blows your mind. And when you start to look at your credit card, you see in the corner it tells you how long it's going to take to actually pay this thing off. You've seen some pretty big numbers, I'd imagine.
We have, Wayne. I've been doing this kind of work for about 20 years now, and I think back to the early to mid 90s, a typical person would have one credit card, maybe two. Now we see people with multiple cards. One guy came in, he had two wallets, one in each back pocket, each full with cards. So I think it's just incredible the proliferation of this kind of debt, and it's easy to get in trouble. You want something, you pull out the card. The minimum payment seems low, things are going fine, you're making minimum payments, life goes on, then you get another card, and before you know it, you can't even make that minimum payment anymore, and you're in some serious trouble there.
And I'm seeing that, so many of the stores, this is really a practice where they want you to have their card and they offer you tremendous discounts once you buy it. So you almost feel like I need to have another credit card so that I can save money with this company.
You're absolutely right. At the retail level, they solicit you. They'll give you 10–15% off your purchase if you sign up for the card. We've all been solicited by mail. They tend to hit the times around Christmas time when people are at their most vulnerable. Apply now. You're pre-approved. Don't worry if you already have a card with us. One solicitation offer said that I saw a year or so ago. I mean, it's just incredible.
So what is the best way for people to tackle their the credit cards debt?
It can, I mean, ideally you realize before you're in too far that you got a problem. In an ideal world, you'd get a lower interest loan, like a consolidation type loan, pay it off, cut up the credit cards, and sort of go back to the old way of living on cash. Unfortunately, most people don't do that. By the time they come see us, they got multiple cards, they're delinquent on payments, their credit is damaged, the consolidation loan piece is out the window. We don't really advocate for refinancing your house and using your house as a piggy bank to get out of trouble, but in some cases that is the right solution. But you really need to be careful there for a whole bunch of reasons. But it's really tough because you can't access lower interest credit. You can't even make the minimum payments anymore, and all of a sudden you haven't got a whole lot of options. You're really faced with a bankruptcy or a consumer proposal with the help of somebody like me.
So what is the solution then for Canadians who are experiencing this? What should they do? Can they call their credit card companies? Do they often just lower the rate?
That can happen. In theory, that can happen. The reality is it really does, because credit card is expensive credit. They want you to use it. They want you to pay the interest, and they're very reluctant to reduce or forgive interest, because if they do it for you, they got to do it for the next person, kind of thing. So really, yes, it can happen, and in some very limited circumstances, I've seen it work. But don't forget, most people's got multiple credit cards, so it becomes like whack-a-mole. You solve one card, and the other one pops up, and to get all those credit cards to agree to forgive, get on a payment plan you can afford, it's almost impossible outside of a formal restructuring, such as a bankruptcy or a consumer proposal.
Now, am I, or not, let's not, well, I'll say myself, would I be responsible for my spouse's credit card debts or vice versa?
Well, really it goes down to the original credit agreement and who signed it. So, if you both signed it, regardless of who rang up the bill, who bought all the purchases, you're both responsible. If only one signed it, the other did not, even if they have a card, they should not be responsible.
Okay, and if people have more questions, of course, they should contact a trustee in bankruptcy. Why?
Absolutely. Look for the warning signs. I always tell people if you're missing payments, if you can't look after the basic necessities of living. Your wages are garnished, you're getting collection calls at home, at work. These are all warning signs, and you really need to pay attention to that, because the earlier that you speak to a professional, like a trustee in bankruptcy, the more options you're going to have, and the most likely we're going to have a positive and the least painful solution for you as a consumer debtor.
Terrific. Well, Ian, thank you very much for being on the show today. And if people have questions, they can go to personalbankruptcycanada.ca. Thanks again.
Thanks, Wayne. I enjoyed speaking with you.